Which movie bad guy actually had a point? Attention to possible spoilers. The hyenas in Lion King. They just wanted some food. Mufasa just shunned them and they only followed Scar because of his lies. The circle of life is perfect except if you are a hyena. Lions are a bunch of hypocrites. We all gotta eat. Except you cunts. Magneto. I agree he did all the wrong things for the right reasons. Like that German guy with the funny mustache. What was his name? Oh right, Einstein. Almost got me. Full credit to whomever I stole this joke from. I don't know much about DC, but isn't Mr. Freeze trying to find and make a cure for his wife's life-threatening illness? Wouldn't that benefit people if he actually finished it? Then again, I don't know DC, so for all I know this could be false and he just freezes people 'cause his name's a pun. He was originally a generic ice villain. Batman the Animated Series fleshed out his backstory and made him into a tragic villain. They did some amazing character work in that series. Benny from Rent. Being friends with the main characters in no way obligates him to let them live in the building for free. Especially when you realize that Benny didn't actually own the building. His father-in-law owned it. Benny just managed it. The fact that his friends think that demanding they pay rent, like actual adults, is some huge betrayal just shows what toxic, immature people they were. Well, that and the fact that they thought getting a job, especially a well-paying one in their field, is somehow morally wrong. Never thought of it like that. Man. The cast of Rent are just a bunch of douchebags with AIDS when you put it that way. Dr. Evil. He just wanted lasers on sharks. And $1 million. That's not even evil. That's just a finder's fee and shipping and handling fee. Peter Pan kidnapped children to turn them into lost boys, and when they grew up, he killed them, and the ones that managed to escape became pirates. Hook wanted to stop a serial murderer. Is there anything actually backing this theory? From the original, the boys on the island vary, of course, in numbers, according as they get killed and so on, and when they seem to be growing up. Which is against the rules. Peter thins them out, but at this time there were 6 of them, counting the twins as 2. Easiest way to read this is Peter killing them. As we see elsewhere that he really enjoys killing grown-ups. Supposing they'd escape he's become pirates at least explains why Hook doesn't run out of crew. Everyone is the hero to their own stories. Handsome Jack. He was also right about the pretzels. They really did suck. That Sharpay girl from High School Musical, she just wanted to help someone who she thought attractive. Also, she and her brother work hard to be good at musical theater. I can't really blame her for being at least a little upset that the newcomers got the parts. Newcomers that repeatedly don't even want to take part in the musical or performance. Miranda Priestly from The Devil Wears Prada. We're supposed to hate her because she's so mean and cruel to sweet little Annie Hathaway. But she was a woman in a man's job who was being threatened with termination for a younger woman while trying to save her failing marriage and raising 2 kids. Miranda worked her way up through the ranks and because a powerful and respected woman in the publishing world, one of the hardest industries to gain respect and power in. Sure, some of the things she said and did were out of line, like calling Andy fat, or making Andy try and find her a flight at the last second in the middle of a hurricane. But most of the things she had Andy do fell well within the scope of an assistant's job. But we're supposed to hate her because she isn't the main character. And Andy herself says it best near the end of the movie. Sure, Miranda's tough, but if she were a man, all anyone would ever say about her is how good she is at her job. Eric and Billy Madison. Billy running the company would have been a total disaster, and Eric was trying to save the company from nepotism. Yeah, but he had weird balls. Dr. Octopus was trying to solve the world's energy needs, even after they cut his funding and took his lab. I'm surprised more people don't sympathize with the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie Wicked Witch of the West, to be honest. This little girl's house lands on her sister and she promptly makes off with the sister's magic shoes. Yeah. Especially if you disregard the fact that she teamed up with the wicked witches of the South and East to enslave the entirety of Oz. Or that time she commanded the winged monkeys to drop Dorothy's companions from a great height down onto jagged rocks to kill them. Or the part where after she dies the entire world of Oz celebrates her death as the greatest victory of all time. Ignore all that and she's just an innocent anti-hero, wronged by her sister and the world around her. This might be controversial, but I don't think Sally Field is the villain in Mrs. Doubtfire. She's a much better parent. The villain girl in The Incredibles 2, the part where she was saying that humans only want supers when they need them and when they don't they throw them away. I was listening to that part rather than actually watching the film. The guy in Cloverfield Lane who captured those two people in his bunker. I mean, shit was going down after all, he was just too strange. The movie should have been a standalone thriller, not tied to the Cloverfield series. I mean, the premise is great. Conspiracy nut with a survival bunker ends up capturing two people. We think the guy is mentally twisted and trying to keep two slaves in his bunker. An escape attempt happens and they see that the outside world is fucked up. Alien invasion. Any well-written one tbh. If a villain is bad for the sake of being bad, it rarely generates any suspense. Ben Stiller in Heavyweights. He was the only one trying to help improve those kids' overall health. Not a movie, but I'm gonna say Arthas Menethil from Warcraft. In the same vein, Arcturus Mensk from StarCraft. Yes, he's a terrible person and a brutal dictator. But when StarCraft opened, the Confederacy was technologically stagnant, ineffectually ruled by a handful of inbred families, politically divided between powerful corporations and independent worlds like Umoja, and exiled anyone capable, General Duke the Magistrate, out to the fringe worlds where they couldn't upset the status quo. No way they would have survived getting caught between the Zerg and the Protoss. The evil company from The Cabin in the Woods. They literally were just trying to save the world by sacrificing some people instead of just letting everyone die. Eric Killmonger, T'Chaka and all those who preceded were the ones in the wrong, as evidenced by the Panther himself when he goes to the spirit realm the second time. Of course Killmonger has a point, the movie makes that very clear. The movie then goes on to say that Killmonger's extremism was also the wrong way. And the path T'Challa chooses at the end of the film is the path forward. T'Challa saw that Killmonger had a point and so decided to enact change. Darth Vader basically killed this tyrant and rule the world. Also he did end up saving the galaxy and bringing balance to the Force again. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.